Welcome to your stretch class of the week. I'm Nico. Today, you should grab a strap of some kind. I'm sitting on a little blanket towel. It's always a good thing to have just in case. I think that'll be about it for the things you'll need for today. We're going to focus mostly on upper body with a little bit of hamstrings in there because we can all use some low back feel good stretches. Let's just arrive in this position once you gather your things. Take some easy breaths. Close your eyes. Find your tall posture, shoulders stacking above your sit bones. Scan your body to feel where it's asking you for a little bit of love. And slowly start to blink open your eyes. Place your hands on your knees. We'll do some seated cat and cows, get the spine a little warmed up. Exhale, round your spine. Spread your shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale, heart opens, gaze forward, slightly up. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back. Exhale, round to cat, chin to chest. Shoulder blades are wide. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades, shoulders down away from the ears. Heart forward and through, tailbone lifts. Exhale, cat, one more time. Inhale, cow, shoulders squeeze, tailbone lifts, gaze up or forward. Exhale to release. Plant your right hand on the floor, a few inches away from your body. Inhale, left arm overhead. You can bend into the right elbow, hinge over to the right side. Try to keep your left hip down. Inhale to center, switch to sides, left hand plants, right arm overhead. Feel the opening through your side body, keep the right hip down. Inhale, center. Some shoulder rolls, squeeze shoulders up and back. Shoulders up toward the ears and back. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Take a twist. Left hand plants on the outside of the right knee. Right hand comes just below your low back. Shoulders back and down as you twist toward the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Left hand plants below your lowest part of your spine. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, center. Bring your arms overhead. Start to bring your elbows down, cactusing the arms. A little bit of a sternum lift up, tailbone lifts back behind you, kind of like a cow with cactus arms. And release through. Find your way out of your seat. Take a child's pose. Big toes touching the back. Knees open wide. Arms are long. Really try to creep your fingers out as you push your hips back. Try to find lengthening of your body as much as you can. Use the ground to anchor you as your hips become lower. We'll take your right arm, thread it across your chest to become on the left side of your body now. Palm is up. Bring the left shoulder down, spinning your gaze over the right shoulder. Left shoulder spins down. Feel a nice stretch on the outside of the right deltoid shoulder. Inhale, we'll release the stretch. Bring the right arm back overhead into the child's pose. Left arm, same thing. We'll thread across the body. Right shoulder spins down. Start to bring your gaze over the left shoulder. Hips back. Spin away from the stretch. Inhale your way out of that. Exhale back into the child's pose. Inhale, making our way to tabletop with the hands right under the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. Start to rock forward toward the fingertips on your hands. Really grab the ground here with your hands and your fingers, trying to open up through your wrist flexors, the back of your wrist there. Don't put too much weight, but feel the stretch and then back off. Feel the stretch, back off. All right, we're going to go same thing on the top of the hands. Let's make your knees a little bit closer so you're almost sitting on your knees. Fingertips facing the knees. Palms are now facing up. You're on the top of the wrists. Exhale, sinking back into the heels. Feel a nice stretch in your wrist extensors. Keep your elbows long, and we'll try to maintain elbow crease forward. So rotating elbow crease forward. Get more of the wrist extensors as you do that. Inhale, release slowly. Grab your hands, wiggle it out a little bit. Get some movement back into them after the stretch, whatever you see fit. Let's come back down all fours. We'll do a few cat and cows. Knees right under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Active fingers grabbing the mat. Inhale, tailbone lifts, heart drops, gaze forward. Exhale, spread your shoulder blades, chin to chest. Tailbone lengthens down. Inhale, cow, drop heart, tailbone lift, gaze forward, shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. Cat, tailbone lengthens, chin to chest. Spread your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow. Drop the heart, spinal extension. Exhale, round. Inhale to release. Let's come onto the floor. Lay on your back. Find arms way overhead as much as you can. Feet long. Try to press your low back down into the mat. Try to touch your lumbar spine to the floor. Keeping the arms overhead, you might find a little stretch in your armpits doing so. We're going to do some arm movements here, little swim movement type of things. All right, keep the low back pressing into the mat. We'll go cactus arms all the way, elbows to the sides of your body, keeping your shoulders down. Inhale, arms to go back overhead slowly. Exhale, elbows coming down through cactus all the way to the sides of your body. Keep your low back down. Inhale, rise slowly through cactus to Y position, all the way up to I position. 2 more times. Exhale, Y, cactus, keep your low back down, elbows to the sides. Inhale, bring it back up. Keep your low back down. Exhale. Start to sweep them down slowly. Trying to find some sticky points. Inhale overhead. Relax. Come onto your side. Have a little towel or a blanket. You can use that for a pillow. Unless you have a pillow, use that as a pillow. All right, sleeper stretch. Stacking the shoulders right on top of one another. I'm going to stretch my right arm first. Hips stack right on top of one another. You don't want to be leaning back here in the stretch. Trying to plug the right shoulder underneath you and away from the ear. It's going to want to pop up. Keep the elbow even with the shoulder height. Left hand comes on top of the right wrist. We'll internally rotate, pushing the hand down toward the ground. Feeling a nice opening in the top back of the shoulder. Rotator cuff, external rotators, stretching internally. A few more seconds. Try to put a little more overpressure on it now toward the end. Inhale to release. Now, staying in this position, left arm overhead, start to twist. You're going to find yourself onto the low back, legs out to the right. Same kind of, you can put your right hand on the thighs to keep them down. Same kind of swimmer move that we were doing before on the back. Find the elbow to the side of the body. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, arm side of the body. It's getting a little more shoulder, kind of flossing in the pec. All right, I'm going to show you this from the other angle. So I'm going to come on to my left hip. You can stay where you are. So you're going to be using your left arm, staying in the position that you were before. We're going to go placing the left palm toward the floor. Try to touch the small of your low back. You'll start to bring the elbow up. Slowly open up the shoulder. Arm overhead. Start to bend into the elbow. Slowly coming down into that cactus. And then we'll internally rotate the arm, touching the small of the back. Opening up. All right, try that on your own a few times here. Arm overhead. Exhale, coming in toward that cactus, trying to keep the shoulder down. Once you start to pass the cactus, rotate the hand internally like the sleeper stretch. Bring it toward the small of your back. Keep the elbow down. One more time. Inhale it back up. Once you get the cactus, open the shoulder. Bring the arm overhead. All right. We'll go sleeper stretch on the other side. Now I'm stretching my left rotator cuff in the sleeper stretch. Plugging the shoulder underneath you. Right hand comes to press on top of the left wrist. Internally rotate, try to high five the floor. Exhale, breathe out the tension. Tell your body it's okay with calm breath, calm facial expressions. Inhale, release the stretch. All right, so I'm gonna roll over onto my side. Same thing, other arm with these sweeping movements. Right, starting off with the small of your back, touching the palm to the floor, trying to keep the shoulder down. Inhale, we start to rise up, and then open as you get the cactus. Arm becomes overhead. Exhale, Y to cactus. Internally rotate. Bring it to the small of the back. Keep the elbow down. A little bit of shoulder flossing. They kind of get a lot of different muscles in the movement internally. So bring it up. And we open at cactus height. Keep going through Y to I. Back down. Y. Cactus. Internally rotate. And the palm towards your low back. One more time, open it up slowly as you get towards cactus. Keep going on your own still, at your own pace. Move slowly. And good transitions. And exhale, release. Just give yourself a hug. The knees in toward the chest. Low back stays down. Let's make our way up to a wall. Use this to open up the shoulders a bit more. We got wall dog. Say hands just about shoulder height. Making your feet back to get them right under the hips. Trying to make a box with the wall and the door. Lowering your heart lowering your heart, bringing your tailbone down toward the heels, lower the heart, open the chest. Elbows are long, let the heart be heavy through, trying to get the biceps behind the head, behind the ears. If you feel any pinchies, you can always open the hands a little wider. That might help take away. Trying to get this nice shoulder flexion here. Opposite of what we do a lot in our daily lives. Let's balance it out. Bringing the arms overhead. Do that more often. Your shoulders will thank you. Inhale, rise slowly. Find any sort of like edge to put your forearm on, or your hand or something to add a little bit of a leverage. Right arm on the wall. Left arm comes behind your back to keep the shoulder down. Start to spin away from the stretch. Keep the shoulder down. Feel nice stretch to the front of the shoulder, pec. Don't let the rib cage puff out. Check out your chest. If it's really bending, start to bring the rib cage downward, like when we had the low back touching the mat in those overhead movements in the beginning. Exhale, release. Right arm comes behind the back. Find your edge. Keep your arm on. You start to spin away from the stretch. Relax into it. Exhale, release. Side bend, stretch on the wall. One of my favorites. You stretch the left side of the body. Left foot goes behind the right foot like you're on one ski. You'll find the distance that you want to be away from the wall soon. Inhale, left arm overhead to touch the wall. If you have something to grab, even better. So you can really get your hip out to the side. Now we're going to push the left hip out. Try to spin your gaze slightly up. Left shoulder comes back. Feel it nice into the side body. Front of the hip a little bit too, we're looking for. Into your psoas, hip flexors. Also underneath the shoulder a bit. Inhale, release. Same thing, other side. Right foot behind the left. We're working on the right side of the body now. Where your hand comes, or whatever you're grabbing onto, should be bisecting your body in that like hip pointer, or side of the hip actually, kind of plane. Right arm overhead. Extend the elbow, push hips out, spin the right shoulder back, starting to get a little more into the front of the side of the hip. Try to breathe into the right rib cage, opening up the spaces in between the ribs. Next inhale rises you up. Let's find a forward fold, even that out a little bit. Oh, no. Yeah. That's what we need the strap for. Forward fold with the bicep stretch. So strap or towel or shirt or anything that you can grab. If you can grab your hands like this with the elbows long and lift them away from the back a bit, you don't need a strap necessarily. The strap helps to find your positioning. The palms face your butt. Try to grab the strap pretty close to as close as you can get, or at least shoulder width will be good. Bend the knees. Lift hands away from the bum, shoulders down. Exhale. Fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale to rise. Release the strap. Tricep stretch. Right arm comes overhead. Try to reach much down the middle of your back as you can. Left hand grabs the back of the right elbow. Start to look forward. Help the arm go back with the strength of your head. Rib cage comes down, and we hold. Exhale, release slowly. Wiggle it off. Left arm up and overhead. Reach as far down your back as you can. And the right hand helps. Look forward or even slightly up to help even more. Rib cage comes down, don't let it puff out. Tricep stretch. And exhale, slowly release. Cross body shoulder. Left arm comes across, right arm underneath. Want to go for eagle maybe, we can. Right, we're here. Start to bend left elbow. The right hand starts to try to get in front of the wrist, in the wrist flexor area to high five the top arm. Different angles, so you can see. Sometimes it's hard to figure it out. Lift the elbows a little bit. And exhale, release. Same thing, other side, right arm across the body. Bend the right elbow. Now the left hand starts to snake in front. Try to high five the right hand, or get up as high as you can. You don't have to high five the hand, but trying to. Lift your elbows, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Let's finish off on the ground. Use your strap or towel. Hamstrings. Just touch on these a little bit just to help. You always use a little bit of hamstring opening. Place the strap or your towel or anything on the ball of the right foot. Get a good grip on the strap so you can just keep your shoulders heavy. Lengthen out the left leg. Right, now that we're here, we're going to level off the hips. Bring the left hip up, right hip down. Find the same level. You'll feel more stretch in the hip, the back of the right thigh. Now that we have that, we can pull a little bit more toward the face, keeping the hips same level. Toes flex up toward the knee. Let's grab the strap with one hand. Open the leg out to the right. Try to keep the left hip down. Inhale back towards center. Now we'll grab the strap with the other hand. You're going to keep the right hip down as much as you can. Don't let it lift. Bringing the right leg crossing over and scooping the foot. So that's the pinky toe kind of scooping inward. The middle arch is lifting. Right, nice stretch throughout the whole side of the right leg. That's what we're going for. Keeping the hip down. Inhale, center. Take a figure four. Right ankle comes on top of left knee. Thread the needle. Keeping the right knee more out, a little bit of pressure downward. Actively keeping it out. Bring in the knee toward the chest. Keep the low back down. Flex the right foot to protect the outside of the right knee. Exhale, release. Same things on the other side. Strap around the ball of the foot. Left foot. Get your grip. Right hip up, left hip down, leveling off the hips. Drive the left heel up toward the ceiling. Toes flex toward the knee. Now start to bring the leg in as much as you can. Every once in a while, trying to refine the leveling off of the hips. You'll find a good stretch when you do that. Grab the straps with the right hand, keeping the left hip down, bringing the leg across the body. A little bit of that scoop of the foot in. Inhale, center. Switch the grip. Left hand grabs the strap. Open up the left leg. Right hip stays down. Start to make your way back center. Bend into the knee. Release the strap. Take a figure 4 for the finish. Left ankle places on top of right knee. Keep the left knee going down that way. Flex the foot up. Thread the needle. And you start to pull it in. Keeping the left knee downward. Tailbone stays on the mat. Bring it in. Exhale to release. Take a little evening out one for a twist. Arms out like a T. Shift onto the left hip. Drop the knees over to the left. Reach the left hand out a little more to settle the right shoulder blade down. Inhale, center. Shift onto the right hip. Exhale, knees to the right. Reach the right hand out. And inhale, center. Give yourself a hug. Low back stays down. Hug your knees. Exhale, release. Let's lay here for a couple of moments. Shavasana. Feet open like a book. Palms face the ceiling. Relax. Scan your body. No tension. Let it melt. Bring some movements back into your body, making your wrists and your ankles. And inhale, arms way overhead. Oh, yes, good. Always reminds you of a nice stretch after a nap. Come on to a side. Press yourself up to a seat. Thank you for joining today. I hope you feel better than you did when you started. Usually that's the case. Let your actions help your mood. Don't let your mood, if you're not feeling in a good one, dictate your actions. Sometimes we let our mood take us down. Do the little things, even if it's a few minutes of breathing, 1 minute of breathing, touching your toes a few times, moving your body around a little bit on those days. Even 5, 10 minutes can cheer you up, can make you feel ready for what's next. These stretch days here are that nice to do something for yourself in an easy, low energy kind of way, which then provides benefits for you to take throughout the rest of the day, or if you're doing these at night, to have a really restful sleep. It doesn't always have to be something hard or fast or sweaty. We all need these in between kind of days. Little things, even if it's just 10 breaths. Thank you for coming today. Namaste. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to us on feelgoodyoga.com. Peace.